Hey everyone, I'm Chris with Pennsylvanian Scout, and this is Coffee Stop. Welcome to the first coffee stop of 2026. Now, we are constantly trying to evolve and make better content that you guys find enjoyable and engaging. Can be tough to do as a one-person group, but something I got to work through. So, I had gone out the other day and just recorded for the entire day, getting a whole bunch of projects all filmed at once. I recorded a coffee stop. It just did not work. The wind, which we still have today, was a problem with the new equipment that we had. Something that we didn't know because we didn't get the chance to test the equipment before we went. So, the entire first actual coffee stop was a waste. Also, had a lot of trouble staying on track because I attempted to talk about the beginnings of motorcycle culture post World War II, the kind of riding that I'm out here searching for. It wasn't very cohesive. So instead of dealing with an editing nightmare, I just decided it would be best to start over. So that's what we're going to do today. So let's start off with the coffee. Today we are drinking Black Rifle Coffee Company Spirit of 76. It's a medium roast. So that's what we've got in the pot, or had in the pot. This is the last of it. Instead of attempting to rehash the terrible take of explaining motorcycle culture post World War II and all of that jazz, I'm going to actually talk about something that really bothered me, or really does bother me, and that's the culture, the motorcycle culture right now. I mean, we're dying. Motorcycle riding, it's going down, guys. A lot of American-made bikes, like my Indian here, or more specifically Harley Davidsons, they're unaffordable for young new riders. It's it's tough. You're wondering why everyone's on a crotch rocket. It's because they're affordable, because people can get them. But I mean, even there, instead of having a cohesive, all-encompassing culture, riding is it's fractured. And this is something like diversity is not a strength. I mean, it can be in terms of diversity of thought, but diversity is not a strength if you take that diversity and use it as your specific identity. And that's what we've got with the motorcycle culture right now. I say that because I subscribe to a whole bunch of motorcycle content creators, one of which is Yami Noob. And something from a couple months ago, one of his videos from a couple months ago came up, and it was just playing as background noise as I was going through the footage I recorded the other day. And Yami's a sport bike rider. He rides sport bikes. He is not a cruiser person. He doesn't see the point in cruisers, I guess. I don't know. He doesn't like them. And so when he talks about achievements or like badges of honor that someone on a cruiser or someone doing long distance riding, someone who's in the saddle every day, all day, going for miles, he mocks the concept, he mocks the achievements. I mean, the iron butt challenge, he mocks it. He says why. He Okay. Isn't one of the foundational principles of riding culture is ride your own ride? I get it. You don't like cruisers. You don't like American V twins and that motorcycle culture, that aspect of our all encompassing culture. I get it. You don't like it. That's fine. But instead of sitting there and saying, if you're into these sorts of things, you mock it. I don't turn around and mock your need to mount a motorcycle like it's some sort of fucking pig and you're going for a goddamn ride. I don't do that, now do I? No, I generally do not. It's only when I get defensive about people who are shitting on my side of the culture because that's not what they're doing in our culture. We're all on two wheels, guys. We're all on two wheels. Frankly, as somebody who rides American, who rides a V twin from a classic American company, it's frustrating to see that there are not younger people riding these bikes. Very frustrating. I mean, they're expensive. And this is another one of the things I talked about when I recorded last night, voice recording that didn't work out. But another one of the things is like it's gatekeeping, right? If you I mean in my experience, if you ride anywhere in the United States where there's generally a lot of motorcycle people, you'll see Harleys sitting out on the side of the road with for sale signs everywhere. I mean, I rode through the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin, and there were Harleys on the side of the road with for sale signs. Here's your problem. Because they're Harleys, because the people getting rid of these bikes expect a return on investment, even if those bikes have ungodly high mileage, because it's a Harley, well, damn it, it's worth another 10 grand on top of the price. It's it's not affordable for younger riders, and these people who are aging out are not making it possible for younger riders to end up in the saddle of an American V twin. Because, god damn it, that 1996 Harley Davidson is worth 18 grand, even though it's got 54,000 miles on it. Now, I I was blessed. It really must have been fate in my case when I came across Betsy because she was affordable to me at well, I'm not telling you, but she was affordable to me. She was low four digits. Well, not low four digits, but mid four digits in price. And it was an older rider who was aging out. He wasn't going to be riding anymore, and he wanted a bike to go to someone who was going to ride it. If every single rider who's aging out or deciding they don't want that particular bike anymore, if they all had that same view, our culture would be thriving. We would have more younger riders and American V twins instead of all these kids riding sport bikes. It's tough. And then, okay, right? Motorcycle specific shops. Even those tend to be exclusive to what type of bike you ride. I mean, and again, age plays a role in this. If you find yourself at a biker shop somewhere like Leatherman's in Lake of the Ozarks, or I believe it's called Wilson's over here in Fort Worth. I mean, those cater to American V twin riders, leather, patches, the whole nine. It's like this is the overarching culture of this style of riding here in America. And then if you go to places like Cycle Gear, it's geared towards sport bike riders. I mean, there's both shops will have something for the other, but it's not their primary focus. But you have bike nights, right? Cycle Gear does bike nights. What are the bikes that show up there? Generally, they're imports. They're not American. They're import bikes. And that's generally the younger crowd. It's a shame. Riding groups at dealerships. Well, these guys are riding really expensive bikes that younger riders can't afford, won't be able to afford. Dealerships selling used bikes. I mean, a bike comparable to mine would have cost me twice as much if I had gone to a dealership. Private seller was the right choice in my regard. But I mean, they're bikes that are the same age as Betsy, with more miles than when I bought Betsy. And they're not priced affordably for younger, newer riders. American motorcycle companies need to remember that there are a ton of people who would ride. And out of this large group of individuals who ride, who are going to ride, who are going to determine that they want to be in the saddle, we're losing the younger generation to affordable import bikes. That's a problem. Our part of the culture, American motorcycling culture, is dying. It's being replaced by an imported culture. And I'm not saying that negatively. I'm just saying that the idea of motorcycling is changing. And what made motorcycling American is being replaced because we are gatekeeping. You can't get an affordable V twin as a new rider. You're getting an imported V twin. It's a great way into it, but it's still an import, right? And then you have people who ride Harleys or Indians or something of the sort saying, well, that's not a real cruiser. Like, come on, guys, stop gatekeeping. It's not helping us. If we want motorcycling to survive, we need to make it possible for younger riders to get into it. We need to make it possible for younger riders to afford American bikes. The dealerships need to make that possible. I mean, I get it. With Indian, you can get a Scout 60 bobber for $9,000. Brand new Scout 60 bobber for $9,000. And it's a great bike. It's pretty much a Scout. The engine's a little bit smaller. You have one less gear, but it's a great bike to start on. But it's still $9,000. Even when they're being sold used from a dealership, they're still up there in price. I don't think Harleys are as affordable as the lower end Indians, because again, the name, my God, the name. It's like John Deere for goddamn motorcycles. but we're losing to sport bike riders who view our type of riding as some sort of a joke. That's not good. And it's frustrating. Like, I ride for distance. I'm in Texas. I ride through storms. Another YouTube video that just popped up. The two individuals in the video were talking about, well, are you a biker? And they talked about all these things that they say makes you qualify as a biker. You could call yourself a biker. And then I'm of the mind that you really shouldn't call yourself a biker. Someone else should bestow that name upon you. It's a title. So I don't think you should self-qualify, but they were talking about it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, you know, those things make sense. If you want to call yourself a biker, still, there's unwritten rules where you can't call yourself a biker unless you're in a patched in member of a club. But motorcycling is supposed to be about freedom and independence, self-expression, and that's not what we're doing. We're imposing rules. We're excluding people because they have different rides or they have different objectives for riding. We are judging, mocking, gatekeeping an entire culture that is fading away. Fading away. And that needs to stop. We need to find a way to get younger riders. We need to find a way to make it more affordable. We need to find a way to make it more accepting. You don't want to go for the iron butt, don't go for the iron butt. Just don't mock me because I think it's an achievement and a great one as someone who rides a V-twin American bike, who's out here looking to travel distances to see the country. I don't mock you for riding the same damn road every single day, shaving milliseconds off of your time around a bunch of twisting turns. I think it's pretty damn cool. I can zip Betsy around turns pretty well, but that's not why I'm out riding. Frustrating. But pretty rough start to 2026 and coffee stops. Well, guys, that's all I've got for you for this first coffee stop of 2026. The plan moving forward is I'll release on Sundays, I'll release a video once a week. It'll be a different video each week. But to make it easier for me and to make sure that content is consistent for you, it's just go out, record for one day, and then I spend the next month editing the stuff from that day. So this is the only exception because of recording issues from the other day. But moving forward, that's going to be what it is. I have footage for a Just Scouting that'll be going up sometime this month. I have a whole bunch of footage for a new segment. Still have to put it together, but a new segment that is an interview show, which hopefully I can get that to take off. And then I don't know what the fourth video would be for the month, but we are working on the second channel, which is more geared towards just straight up 360 riding footage so that anyone who's looking to ride routes that I lay out or particular roads that I've traveled, that should be coming up once I'm able to upload videos of that file size consistently. But that's going to be an entirely different channel. When that comes out, I'll inform you guys with a post and a link to it. There's also a blog that I've started at Pennsylvanian Scout at blogger.com. That's also linked on the homepage. But for now, that's all I've got for you. Happy New Year, everyone. Make sure you keep those two wheels down. I'll catch yous later.